So when we look at your mandate, we can know how relevant your ministry is for the season. From a mandate, a simple mandate, if you have eyes, you can know if that ministry is of men. You can know if that ministry is of the lust of man. You can know. Because every season and every generation has what God wants to accomplish. From the emphasis of a prophet, you can know if his ministry is of men or is of God. How come you have so much spiritual power, but there is nothing in your ministry that has to do with the current bodies of God? That's why you are now selling miracle handkerchief. Where there is no vision, the people will not only perish. Where there is no vision, there will be merchandising. So the message on Sunday for the next 2 years becomes, who tie my goat? How does who tie my goat strike a chord in eternity? You don't know the labors of God. Africa is no longer under the spell of witchcraft. God raised people like Daddy Dahusa. People like Babalola. God raised them to confront the witchcraft of Africa. Now what Africa is under is deception. So that which must die is no longer a message we need. There's no witch to kill us. But there's only deceivers that are destroying the vine. And Dahusa's ministry of blessed memory was relevant in his days. Because he was a gatekeeper that defended the honor of God in a generation that was being swept away by magic. Apostle Babalola, a man who bettered the move of prayer in his day and time. But you see, his people did not discern when his ministry was over. So they continued his church. And then they now, oh my God, go to Babalola Mountain and they are collecting money. What the man did not do, people are now doing it in his name. They are profiting off his name. There were many healing revivalists and evangelists that God raised many years ago in America. But when the season of their ministry was over, many people did not understand that this one's ministry was for a season. They now continued the ministry and turned it into an incorporation. Go and check the labors of John Wesley now and check what it has become today. People will hate these things, but I'm a prophet. I will only speak the burdens of the Lord. So now for the prophetic ministry, what is the burdens of the Lord? What is the spiritual blessings that God has apportioned for his prophet? Do you think major 3, major 4, major electricity is what God wants to do with his prophets? You can know a ministry that is of men by the burdens, by the vision, by the mandate. That's why I thank God for someone like Reinhard Bonnke. When his days was over, he did not call his son and say, okay, I'm now popular among the nations. Our business should not die. So, okay, let me train you as an understudy so that we carry on the work. No. He located Daniel Kolenda. And then it's okay, I've done my part. You take the baton and move the ministry to the next phase of his operation with God amongst men. And guess what? Reinhard Bonnke's son is a cameraman in that ministry. How many African pastors will do it? In fact, they're already prepping their son. That's why you are killing your children. Because they never received a mandate from God. They received a mandate from you. They will hate these things. Well, you see, to decrease sometimes is a sign of spiritual maturity. When your work is fulfilled, drop your mic, hand over the ministry, and become an elder we can consult in times of need. As one who has gallantly walked with God. But because of what men will say, they will not drop the mic. Because the man has been taught that your ministry moving from glory to glory is that today you drive 2 jeeps, tomorrow you drive 10 jeeps. Sometimes empty churches are a sign of progress. I will tell you how it's a sign of progress. If we did ministry well and then churches are empty, it means we're actually graduating people from the auditorium to the streets. Graduate them and let them go to the streets, not the auditorium. So we frown at the members for listening to another pastor. But we don't frown against them for watching Big Brother Naija. Which one transmits more corruption? These things, that's why God has, that's why, see, what God is doing with us, it's not a ministry, it's an army. It's a movement. Salem is not, it's a movement. There are only very few things that can bet revival. Only very few things. If a team will bet revival, it will not have church members, it will have disciples. It's a movement. We have a very great tax in Africa. That's why we're here now. Sitting in this auditorium. Our numbers is not here. We have tens of thousands following all over the world. It's a burden. Where did it come from? Did it come from those who fell from heaven? Or did it come from those who came from heaven?